In this video, I thought I would show the pattern pieces for Baby Yoda. If you are trying to make an outfit for him, like I am, and it's been several days, and you can see the carnage of, these are only about half of the test outfits I've made. These are about half of the pattern pieces I've created. I've got his little outfit here. I was measuring it and trying to replicate that pattern and then making all kinds of other, here's even more patterns over here. Anyway, I finally today thought, why not actually look at how Baby Yoda is sewn and get this pattern so that then I can model the clothing on this exact pattern to get a good fit, because I noticed everything I was doing was very wonky in the shoulders and poofy, and if I want a very fitted, oh sorry Baby Yoda, if I want a very fitted garment, I need it to contour exactly to his body. So what I did was actually I first examined him. There's no seam on the front and there's no seam on the side. There's one seam down the back. There's a seam around the neck, and then there are these darts in the side here that go about halfway down. Obviously his arm is a separate piece sewn on. So what I did is I took a piece of muslin and, okay, what did I do with that now? And it was a bigger piece of muslin, but I just kind of put it around him and I marked on it the seam lines on the bottom. And then I just brought it around to the side where they put the dart, but I carried it all the way down. And this was a good way to get the shoulder seam and the angle and the armhole positioning. Okay, sorry Baby Yoda. Maybe we can cover you up. I think we're done showing that. But yeah, so anyway, then he's made of 4 of these. And this is a half, like the half front. That would be the whole front. So 2 of these in the front and 2 in the back. That's how you make his body. And then I doubled that pattern over to get, here Baby Yoda, let's scoot you back. This, oh wait, no, that's something else. I have so many things here. This is him. This is Baby Yoda. So that's like the whole front and the whole back. Now I did notice, oh, and ignore these lines. I messed something up before. He is slightly smaller across in the front than the back. But that actually works out well. If you sew 2 of these together, sew the shoulder and the sides, 2 pieces of fabric together, and then cut it and turn it inside out, you will have a basic shirt for him. And I did sew that here. This is a shorter one, but it's basically this. I sewed the 2 pieces together, and then when it was done I cut the front in half, so it's kind of like would be a button-up shirt or a vest open in the front. But so that works out well. You have a little bit of extra then in the front, and so you could put Velcro or something there. And I did try this on him. I'll show at the end of the video. It fits him very well. It's not wrinkling or puffing like all the other things I made were doing. Now, of course, his outfit that he comes in is baggy and big, and that's part of what makes it cute on him. It's a little bit big for him, and it is like a puffy, not a puffy coat, but, it's a bit baggy. But I just wanted to see if I can make something a little more tailored for him. I will be making a tunic, but hopefully just a little more elegant, like a ceremonial Jedi tunic or something. And this I haven't tried yet, but this I based it on his measurements, but made it a little bit bigger. And I'm not good at setting sleeves. I don't really do that. I'm not trained in sewing or clothing making or anything like that. I just figure it out as I go. I never do real sleeves like this. This is a set sleeve, and I'm totally guessing, but I'm gonna try with this, which it's a whole complicated thing. This is not a video about how to set sleeves or sew, but this will be a bit of a wide sleeve for him. And of course, if you're doing sleeves in a non-stretch fabric, you have to think about that his hand will have to get through it because it's a lot bigger than his arm. So you could not make a really fitted sleeve for him unless you can get his hand through. Is that about it? I think there's other things I was gonna show. Just some older things I was working on. This, I believe this one I was trying to copy his tunic, and this is what I got for the body piece. And this is what I got for the sleeve, like that sort of thing. And this was the cuff for the sleeve. And then this piece was to do the collar, which was like, I don't remember what did I write on here? Oh yeah, like it's two of them together. I think, yeah, this is half the collar. So this would be where his head is over here, or I mean his face, and then this goes around the back where it kind of like is almost like a hood in the back. And then you just double this and it would go around the other side. But then you can also double the whole thing so it's double-sided or lined or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that did work out okay, and I ended up making, I have one somewhere over here in this mess. I think, was it this one maybe? And I didn't sew it very well at all. I was prototyping, but I did add the cuffs, and this is the hood. So, and it looked pretty much exactly like his tunic, this one, but just in muslin with purple velvet cuffs, because that's all I had at the time. And then I made it again, just testing different fabrics. I made it in this, I think, is some kind of a velour, or I don't even know what this is exactly. But I didn't finish the hems or whatever. That's actually the inside. Whatever. But what I did is I messed up the collar. I made it too short so that it didn't quite line up in the front. And this folds over like that. But anyway. All right, let me pause this. All right, so here he is in the muslin prototype of his tunic that he comes with, this one. And this is it in cotton muslin, which is pretty much exactly like the original one. And let's see. Yeah, you can see in the back that it kind of is almost like a hood. And then there are these pleats in the back. So you have extra fabric, and then you're gonna sew it on the inside just in a couple little places. And then so it has pleats like that and can open up on the bottom like that. And that's just copied exactly from this outfit here, which has the same pleats. Yeah. Anyway, all right, that's enough of that. And here is the tunic or the vest part that I made using the measurements that I took from him. And then I don't think I even really expanded it that much at all for this. But as you can see, it fits very nicely. It has an overlap in the front, and the back is, you know, it's not couture or anything, but it kind of is. It really fits him like a glove. And that is very different than before I had measured his actual body. Because then things were really poofing up, and there were always in the back, there were, this Velcro does stick to his body material, so you have to be careful. Yeah, with when I was guessing at the pattern pieces or just using his outfit as a model, there would always be these sort of bunches and weird pulls on the shoulder. And also if you don't set the sleeves. Because what I was doing and what I noticed, a lot of people on like Etsy who sell outfits for Baby Yoda, they usually use fleece to do it because it doesn't fray. You don't have to finish the edges. Although I think that they do anyway. They hem it. But yeah, setting sleeves is not that easy to do. So they just, I think, will fold the fleece in half, and then this would all be on the fold here. And the top of the sleeve, then you don't have to sew at all. You just sew the bottom and then down. And then you will just cut like the middle out for the neck hole. And when I was using cotton, I'd used cotton and I used velvet to try to make something like this. And I just didn't like how the fabric was bunching. Because if you don't set the sleeve, it just doesn't fit quite right. And it's fine. It can look good. Even, like fleece, I think it works better with than cotton. But then they usually they just use a big, long rectangle of like fuzzy fabric, and then they wrap that around and put Velcro for like a big collar. So that also hides some of the bunching, I think, that occurs when you do a little bit of an easier pattern like this. And it's totally fine to do that. I mean, that's why they sell it for $20 or so. Otherwise, you know, it's hard to set sleeves. You wouldn't really want to spend all that time just to sell it for $20. Okay, so I guess that's what I've been up to the last few days, and we'll see. I just wanted to try to do something not in fleece, maybe. I don't really work with fleece. I don't have any fleece. I have ordered some fleece though, so we'll try that. I know it's really easy to work with, but it seems like those Etsy shops, they're mostly making like little pajamas, like fleece pajamas that look a lot like his original tunic. Like I said, they're just doing this kind of pattern. Then they'll cut it up the front and put some Velcro. And it's cute. There's different like patterns of fleece and stuff like that. So it will end up being like this, but in fleece. And yeah, I want to try something a little different in a different fabric. We'll see what happens, and I'm sure I'll make a video of that.